Hey, it's Red Wallace, and this is a picture of the most influential creative genius alive. Are you shocked? Surprised? Keep watching. I'll reveal how a tiny giant goldfish taught me to overcome my limitations and how you can too. But first, welcome back to day 25 of our July Creator Challenge. You were not created to merely copy culture, to just echo what you've heard. You were created to create. You can find that in Genesis. If you don't like the state of or the culture of your family, your business, your organization, your health, your fitness, then change it. Change it. Create it. You've been creatively designed to be a creator. Being creative simply means you're a problem solver, but more than that. One of my coaches recently said problems aren't solved, they're outgrown. So stop chasing another solution. Instead, look at where growth needs to happen. Where do you need to personally grow to become a better leader, a better father, a better husband? Where does your team or your organization need to grow to become better leaders? It's not a solution problem you're looking for, it's a growth problem. Have you ever seen those cheesy Elvis impersonators, each one rocking the iconic jumpsuit, each one trying to embody the spirit of the king, yet no matter how hard they try, they'll never be him. Each one underneath their wig and the rhinestones and the is unmistakably themselves, no matter how hard they try. You are the only you. They are the only them. Stop comparing. Stop trying to fit into someone else's mold. Stop trying to be like a circle squeezing into a square hole. Life isn't a competition, nor should you spend your whole entire life trying to be someone else. It's about the becoming and the unbecoming, but mostly the unbecoming, because I feel like many of us have been living a lie, a false narrative. You've heard, you can't do this. You aren't creative enough. You aren't skinny enough. You aren't smart enough. You aren't fit enough. You can't do that. It's time that you stop being a carbon copy clone, stop being the Elvis impersonator, and start being who you were called and created and designed to be. Are you sharing your ideas, your things, your thoughts to be seen, or are you sharing to serve? I had this thought the other day as I was about to go post something on social media. So often I see so many people post things out of a desperation for acceptance and approval and to be seen. But what if instead of trying to put a big neon sign that says, look at me, we instead look outwardly and see how we can serve others? If you want to truly create culture, ask yourself, how can I serve the person in front of me so powerfully that they never forget our interaction? How can I serve them so powerfully that they leave better than they walked in? Now, I know you're still thinking about the tiny goldfish, the miniature giant goldfish. I'll get there in a moment, but first I just want to say, I get tired of hearing leaders and coaches and consultants and business owners complaining about their clients and their customers and complaining about their teams even, those that they're called to lead, saying that if they did this or that, no more excuses. You are a thermostat, not a thermometer. You are a catalyst of change, not a cog in the grand machine. Stop getting into this aspect of thinking it's always the other person's fault, and see and look inward and see how you can change, how you can grow, how you can create. Because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And to live like no one else, you must live like no one else. Now, I know you've probably heard those sayings, and you're thinking, Red, those quotes aren't original. And you're telling us to stop copying and start creating, then why are you copying someone else? Well, listen, here's the thing. Those quotes ring true because the truth sometimes feels like a cliche because it's so foundational and true. And I want you to think about the idea of modeling and immersion. Because before you can truly discover your voice, you must learn how to feel like an artist. Understand that copying and remixing are two different things. And I learned that from my years of a rapper, that I love the way that Lil Wayne would take an instrumental take someone's original idea and completely make it his own. And I feel like that's what it's going to take for you to discover your unique voice. Because in the beginning stages, you might be that curator of content and wisdom and knowledge. It's through this combination that you'll find what speaks to you, and you'll find how the bits and pieces become your unique voice. All right, so did you hear about that miniature giant goldfish? There was this dad that wanted to really give his kids that experience, the responsibility, the joy of owning and taking care of a pet. But unfortunately, some of the members of his family were extremely allergic to cats and dogs and guinea pigs and ferrets and bunnies. So he had to get creative. And he found this person on Facebook Marketplace giving away this, what looked like a really unique, exotic goldfish. And he thought, wow, here is my chance. I can give my children the joy and help them build the responsibility of taking care of another life in the form of this goldfish. So he brings it home. His kids are ecstatic, and they begin to take care of this goldfish for a while. And they do exactly what they Googled to make this goldfish thrive in his new environment. They thought, how hard could it be to raise a goldfish? And then there was a summer day where one of the kids got the genius idea that they were going to put their goldfish in their kiddie pool. They were like, give them freedom like Finding Nemo or something. So they concocted their master plan and ended up, when the parents weren't looking, they executed the plan. They got the goldfish into the kiddie pool. But little did they know that the parents had been planning this surprise family getaway. So they found themselves running out of town right after they had put the goldfish in the kiddie pool. And to their shocking amazement, when they come home from this trip and they confess that they had put the goldfish out in the kiddie pool, they go out to look at it, and it had quadrupled in size. What? So what does this tiny goldfish have to do with helping you push past your limits and really discover who you are? Well, if you noticed the surroundings, the containers in which this goldfish was in was dictating that the surroundings, the circle that he's in, the environment that the goldfish was in was dictating how much it grew or how little it grew. And again, as you're copying and you're creating your destiny, I want to encourage you to check your circle, check your surroundings, check what you were exposed to, and see if that's not impacting your life for the better or the worse, because you can either step up to or shrink back to your surroundings. Stop copying and trying to be someone else and start creating and stepping into what God has called and created you to be. So now that you know how to stop copying and start creating your destiny, there's one more key step that you need to master: your mindset. So I want you to watch the video right here so you can build your skills